Hey guys, Dark Humility here with yet another Season 7 beta demo and mini guide. We have a Corpse Explosion Necromancer which received buffs this season. We're going to show off how good the Corpse Explosion Necro is in general. I don't even know if I've ever made a video on this build, but even if I haven't, probably a good idea to actually do that, show people sort of what he's capable of. Of course, you can always make him stronger by having more faster cast rate on corruptions, and then self-wielding beast you can make the revive stronger, but it is Corpse Explosion Revive, and he is indeed one of the stronger Necro mappers. Going to want to get enough strength to wear your gear, and that is it. You can get max block, but you could also not get max block. It kind of depends on your preference. You do have a tank line on this build, so you have other things tanking for you, so it's not insanely important. And then of course you can rely mostly on energy if you want, for the fact that Necromancer does not in fact have much. Only gets 2 life per vitality point, and you can get a lot more from the energy by having bone armor. But you can just go vitality if you're concerned about elemental damage as well. Or half-half, doesn't matter. To get some resistances, you're going to want a lot of negative enemy fire resist and percent fire damage and plus skills for damage. And then, let's see here. I do recommend having maximum faster cast rates so you can blow up those monsters as fast as possible. And for casting curses, there's just a lot of casts on this build, so it's very good to have maximum faster cast rate. And in general, that's kind of what you want to go for there. Skills, Blood Warp isn't too important, so you can mostly just keep up with your minions, but it is nice to have more mobility. Main keys though is the max revive, max corpse explosion, max desecrate, of course max amplify damage for all the synergies. Amp itself will also greatly increase the power of your corpse explosion, which does hybrid physical and fire damage. You're also going to want to put 1 point into bone armor, and putting a point to lower resist will also further lower monster resistance to the fire damage as well, so if you want even more damage, you can do that. And of course, by maxing amp and then even putting points into curse mastery, you make amp even stronger. Of course, there's some other decent approaches on this build as well that you can use, but in general, that's what you're going to want to do. Of course, on the mercenary, I think it's kind of no-brainer on this particular one. You're going to want an affinity mercenary if possible. And blessed aim is really good on this mercenary because it will make your revives do more damage. Typically you're going to want Moonlords, of course, for having ultra strong melee revives. It's typically just how you play this particular build. Whereas you can also, because you have infinity, you can do some other things as well, but in general, that's probably going to be like the better approach. Then, of course, you have Might, Blessed Aim, and Infinity for the Corpse Explosion itself, and then a bunch of survivability gear on the Mercenary. On yourself, HOTO is a very solid option on this build. It gives you FCR skills and res, but what's interesting is for your revives, you can provide them with another extra aura to make them stronger, as you're also using Corpse Explosion. If you can get your FCR up to 125 using corruptions and whatnot, there's a lot of different things you can do. There's also wands that can give you like +6 Corpse Explosion potentially, so keep that in mind. And then there's special FCR. You can see negative enemy fire res. Kira's is pretty insane. We could also use another aura on the mercenary too. We can use a flickering flame if we want, or even more fire damage with the resist fire aura, which we might actually do here as well. We'll can show that off as well, I think, as long as we reset the mercenary when we use it. Let's see if we can find it quickly though. I don't know where I put it. Oh, there we go. There we go. The mercenary doesn't need to be quite as tanky anyway, because let's be real, you have a lot of tank buddies with you. That will resist fire aura, will further increase the fire damage though from on the mercenary. So the mercenary can just have all manners of auras. You can see he's just got every aura you could possibly want on him, which is kind of cool. Either way though, good approach no matter what. And then of course FCR mana. Something like Rising Sun would be good if you had more FCR as well, just negative fire res. But FCR is very important, of course, and if you're going to go max block, block rate is a very good stat as well. I think this is the best shield if you're using a shield approach, because you can get increased corpse explosion radius. Of course, you're going to get your cannot be frozen here, which is nice too. You could even go Ming Song's Lessened. Get 85% faster cast rate out of it, 6 skills, and you can put even more fire facets in it as well, so that's also something you can definitely consider doing. You won't get the increased radius on corpse explosion, but that is a potential option. And then you can go like P and VGCs and then life res and things of that nature, called arms and lidless wall. Alright, that's it. That's pretty convincing, right? Right. Not bad. Oh wait, where's the... Oh, is it a tier 2? Oh yeah, that's right, it's a tier 2. Or it was a tier 2. Back in my day, that was a tier 2. Dark Pact S tier? Yes, man. Did you come in here earlier when I was testing it? Yes, sir. Oh yeah. I wouldn't say S plus though. It's got some clunkiness issues here and there. I even watched that one person's video, and I'm not convinced it's like the very fastest. Everyone always thinks they have the fastest mapping build, but it's a good build. It's very strong. Alright, so Moonlords. Historically, you'd go into Fledgeathon here, and you go to town. That's kind of how you do it. Of course, getting some mana per kill might be nice as well. I could solve that pretty easily. Keep in mind, you can also make your own corpses for corpse explosion as well, using Desecrate. Corpse explosion is very, very strong. I already thought it was pretty darn strong last season, honestly. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that it got buffs this season, but hey! That's what we got here. Of course, you can further increase it though. Too many buttons. You don't like this number of buttons. I like how today in the chat I've seen people complaining about button numbers. Or are you talking about Dark Pact? You know, honestly I didn't have to use as many buttons as you might think. Piano build only uses like 3 buttons now. Well, 4 or 5 buttons. So if you have 20 into Curse Mastery, as you can see, you can also do more damage. I'm gonna let the revives do all the work. I'm gonna take down my SCR breakpoint a little bit here. And we gotta kind of separate your revives by like walking away from them. You don't even need the curses most of the time, but this is just a tier 1 map though. So of course you gotta show them off in a little bit of a stronger scenario here. Oh, definitely not rolling hammer. This is way stronger than that, man. Oh, way. It's got insane safety. It's got insane power. That map actually isn't even the best showcase of its power because it's like a linear map. Kind of just want a wide open map where as many monsters can run at you as possible. Can you do Ubers with it? It's Corpse Explosion. You would just want to go pure summon for Ubers. I mean, I guess you could do Corpse Explosion with... You could do Ubers with Corpse Explosion if you use Desecrate. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would prioritize this. I'd probably just use pure summons over that, but... You do whatever you want, you know? Just do what you want. This one has some maximum life. And if you ever want Moonlords, by the way, you can always go to like the Crystalline Passage or something to get them. In case you just really want those. Moonlords do perform very well, so. Yeah, well. You really want your Moonlords. Don't really need them though as well. This build just has so much power, it doesn't really matter. You can always use Corpse Explosion to get rid of monsters out of the way so you can actually target it. It's always a cool technique. It's an immortal technique. Cows don't stand a chance. One thing you can do is you can just do Amp, Desecrate, Explosion. Amp, Desecrate, Explosion. Amp, Desecrate, Explosion. Amp, Desecrate, Explosion. I'm not even using my full power, but what's interesting about full power though, more easily kill the Physamines. Amp, Desecrate, Explosion. Age of Corpse Explosion is upon us. Yeah, summons... There used to be some very interesting exploits for summons. The Hotspur. Yeah, you don't need those revives though. I could delete all my revives right now and it wouldn't matter. Actually, you know what? I'll just revive cows. There we go. I just like to show people how to do it. Jeez. What do you mean they mess with it? D2R mess with the explosion sound? Yeah, I do agree with that. They definitely mess with it a bit. Slain by an afflicted? What? The thing is because you have Desecrate, you can always get corpses, right? It's always a way to get corpses on this build. You don't even need your revives, that's the best part. You can double curse the boss if you want, though. 'Cause why not? You can do a little bit more damage. You do have so much negative enemy fire res on this version of the build, though, that it almost doesn't matter. Almost. No. Mana per kill would be nice here, but... What do you guys think about this build, huh? What do you guys think? It's pretty good. Loud. I like the corpse explosion sound. I agree. Cows isn't a very complete test there. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm screwed up. I'm screwed up. It's pretty damn good though. Hate the clicking. Click. Honestly, don't think it's necessarily stronger than last season though. Which makes me think it's about as strong as Poison Nova. I would say.
Any idea what you're gonna start this season?
It's either solid S or S minus. Which one, chat? I'm gonna start Necromancer. I'm gonna start Bone Necro. Into fail. Thank you so much for the raid, chat. Spam those as Xana in the chat if you guys can. Launching a Xana attack on the stream. A+. What? What? It's at least stronger than Poison Nova. Or at least just as strong. No way. A+. That shit downs the mints. Yeah, there's some clunky parts of it for sure. Yeah, it's not insanely smooth, right? But it can down monsters easier than the other ones can for sure. Let's get some random ass revives here. Doesn't matter to me. Yeah, there's no way I've no way that's an A build, bro. Dude, I need to get used to the mechanics of this build. I'm having a hard time getting used to the hockey. I think some people can probably see that. Yeah, see, I keep doing Desecrate when I should be doing... That's what lower resist is for. Stop doing that. Super safe, super powerful. Keep pressing the wrong button, that's the issue. Nice, Vex Ring. Come on, buttons. Stop pressing the wrong button. The heck did the mercenary die from? What the heck? Oh, my mercenary. I'm done for.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this build in P8 is really strong. That's right. Even if someone runs Phoenix, man. Got a lot of stone skin in this one, huh? Damn! There's a lot of Fizz immunes in this map. Rip. That's okay though. We can take him on. As you can see, this build has no issues with immunities whatsoever. Pretty insane power. Pretty insane power. Definitely. Yeah, I know. It's just fire and physical immune map. I know. And you see that? That's one of the toughest maps for this character. Like, that's not one of the better ones. And crushing it! Crushing it in the face. Crushing it in the face. I know, it's it. That's like a really tough map. That's like one of the tougher ones for him. And he's not too phased by that, honestly. Not too phased. Yeah, you know, there's some slowdown for sure. The mercenary died due to having a physical immune attack, and yeah, he just dies. But it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Can you try Infinity on the staff for the main Fizz Act 1 with Wrath, please? Could eliminate one. Blick. Me wearing Infinity as a staff? No, because you lose a lot of plus skills, and then you also lose the increased corpse explosion radius. I don't think that's worth it. You could do that, though. I mean, if you don't want to use an extra click, you can, but you're gonna lose damage. If you really hate not using an extra click, you know, that's... Can we get like a map that doesn't have that specific stat? I don't know. I think we're struggling with that. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about the increased corpse explosion radius on this item here. A lot of people have never even seen this item still. It's a pretty old item at this point, but... yeah, if you want to eliminate the click, you can, but I'm just saying, like, it's not... yeah. It's not as kosher. I'm not even, like, target reviving or anything. You guys remember how strong, of course, it was if you get the Moonlords. The Moonlords will just help, of course. You can turn it into kind of like a hybrid one, but, you know, you really don't need them. I'm trying to show here. This map is pretty much effortless, though. Buttons work, please. Please work, buttons, please work. Is mana hungry? I mean, you have so much mana anyway, it doesn't really matter. If you just got any mana per kill anywhere in your gear, you would be fine. Just remember that, no corruptions on the beta. No corruptions on the beta. I know it's something that's kind of hard to... so, like, typically, like, the smoothest gameplay on every single build isn't really possible. But it doesn't mean you can't show off something that approximates really high damage. DPS or whatever. And remember, of course, if you have really strong revives, you don't really need to rely on Desecrate much either. But Desecrate allows you to, like, auto-create corpses at any time, though. Which is amazing. Pretty good. I wouldn't quite as insane as a, you know, like something like, I don't know, Dark Pack, but it's pretty good. C is OP as F. Definitely OP. Oh yeah, I know. Like, it just crushes everything. And it's super safe too. Is Dark Pact that OP? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it has even more range than this, and it doesn't need corpses. So it actually like saves about like 0.3, 0.5 seconds per rotation versus like Corpse Explosion. And that alone makes it stronger. But I'm going to put Corpse Explosion where I did last season, so I'm going to put it at S-. And that, for now, is going to be the tentative rankings for the Necromancer, Paladin, Amazon, and Sorceress, pending potentially more changes and retesting. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Good stuff. Not really any fundamental changes here. Trying to see... Honestly, the Necromancer, with all that retesting, didn't really move at all. I think maybe I overrated Poison Strike a little bit though last season, which is fine. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, Poison Strike is still very strong though. Just needs a little bit more tankage, and it's perfectly fine. Anyway. Yeah, it's almost like the Necromancer didn't move at all, like 1 iota, honestly. If I'm being honest there, it's pretty much the same. Amazon lost a third of a tier on one of its builds, and Fend went way up, but besides that, the Amazon's also pretty similar as well. Paladin got a lot of better builds. A lot of better builds. One, it got a new build. It's like a really solid build, and then it got like another solid build, and then Zeal was made better, and Hammerden was made a little bit better, but it was already good. And now with like all these really strong elemental Zeal chargers, like it's not looking quite as anemic as it used to. Paladin's actually looking a lot better as a class. So Paladin, that's where a lot of the big movement is at the moment. And you'll notice on the biggest movers there thing, I got a thing going on there. That's kind of where some of those really big changes have occurred. For sure. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Ellie Zeal charge. You could probably just put Ellie Zeal charge there, and yeah, it's like it was like A/A+. I don't know. There you go. So yeah, like Paladin's seeing some of the biggest movement and just the biggest changes just in general to some of those abilities. So yeah, it was good stuff, man. It was good stuff. Seeing some big changes here. Big changes. Paladin, Zon on one of her abilities. Necro, really, I don't know, man. Like the revives, the corpse explosion, nothing really has changed. It still just has really strong builds. Like Necromancer still has so many insane builds, but it's not like any of it has actually changed, so not really. But it was fun to retest them using different approaches and different items and things of that nature, so GG Stiff. And of course, we will see you guys for the next mini guide and demo, which will likely be Barbarian. Coming up here in a second. GG.